we should, perhaps we also need to take a collective effort in looking at the issues that are preventing teachers from turning up at school. And on
sorry, Dr. Bojo, we really running out of time. I know you prepared a presentation, a response, but yeah, we're starting to lose a lot of people.
Yes, thank you, Chair. And I think I will just leave it there, and but really again commend the department and the minister for the great work that they are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your input. Dr. van der Merwe?
Good morning, Chair, and from my side as well, just to acknowledge the presence of the Minister and the DG as well. Thank you for having us this morning, as well as my other colleagues have done. I also would like to commend the Minister for reconvening this forum. I think it's a platform that reminds us all that education is a collective responsibility. And also, when we look at the principles of cooperative governance, as is envisioned in the Constitution, that must absolutely guide us how National Department of Education, together with provincial education departments, and then obviously our local actors that include school governing bodies and civil societies must act together and work together to see how we ultimately serve the interest of our learners. And it's also in that spirit that I would just like to also shortly reflect on some of the sectoral challenges that we currently face, together with the role of civil society in that specific regard. I think we have not heard a lot on the funding challenges that we face in the education sector. I think despite notable investments in education, schools still continue to face serious funding shortfalls, especially in our under-resourced communities, and that's also partially because of delayed and insufficient allocations that has been made to schools. I think it's important for us to truly reconsider whether our funding model that we currently have in place is sufficient. It might be time now to reconsider that and to make sure that our model is fair, transparent, and also sustainable. That's of great importance. That must not be overlooked. Also, when we look at the capacity challenges that we're currently facing, the data is there, the school realities that's published by the National Department of Education every year gives us the data, clearly shows that there's an influx of people into provinces such as the Gauteng province and the Western Cape province. And I think there should be a very specific focus in those provinces as well to ensure that we build sufficient schools in those provinces to address that need as well. Civil society can also play a major role in that specific regard. We know that projects such as renewable energy, water harvesting, and digital resources, we've seen a lot of civil society assisting in that regard and playing a big role, and we do encourage that to proceed. As well as, and we've taken note of the ECD focus that we currently have. I would also like just to highlight, when we look at the ECD focus that we currently have, parents sometimes tend to see that as expensive. Parents in our poorer communities bypass enrolling children in ECD phases because public schooling is free, and I think that should also not be overlooked when we look at the focus in making ECD education accessible. I think, let me conclude with two last challenges that I would like to highlight, and that is the concern that we have on the ongoing delays and inconsistency in the appointment of educators. Sitting currently with 29,000 vacant positions, it's important that we strategically look at that to see how we can fill those positions as soon as possible if we want to tackle on literacy and numeracy. That should be a definite focus. And then finally, I think beyond the academics, schools are increasingly called upon to shield learners from poverty, violence, substance abuse. And we know that our educators are not experts in those areas. And I think that's also an area where civil society has a truly unique role to play in providing counseling, after-school care services, monitoring programs. So yeah, just to conclude with that, I think that's a big role to play. A very beautiful example we have seen was the Jakes Gerwel Technical High School in Bonnievale, where civil society, businesses, Department of Education, and the school came together beautifully to establish a school in that specific area where capacity was a challenge, high learner dropout was a challenge, and we're truly reaping the fruit of what partnership and in action actually looks like. So thank you very much to the department, to the minister, for giving us the opportunity, for lending an ear to what we can contribute, and we do encourage these engagements to continue, so we can ultimately work together to address what we all want, and that's to serve the best interests of our children.
No, thank you. Thanks very much, Dr. Van Merwe. So as I indicated, we'll summarize the questions, that quite a lot of questions that even now are coming through. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody, but I'd like to give you, Minister, an opportunity for concluding remarks, if you may.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, and thank you very much, colleagues, for this incredible opportunity to be able to engage with all of you. Yes, I agree with the inputs that have been made. I think this was a good, and it was an initial start, but I do think that we perhaps need a lot more time. And I think, Chair, the good thing that what we probably need a lot more of is a lot more dialogue. We've now put as a department to the forum what our key priorities are, what our focus areas are, and also what the next financial year looks like. So I think now in our next engagement, what we need to do is we need to be able to do a deep dive, digest those priorities, hear some of the inputs. I've heard from some of the responses. There are a number of things that we can really take on board, and we look forward to sharing the information with you, but we also look forward to receiving some of the inputs from your side. As I indicated, Chair, what we want is we want a dialogue and a conversation between us and civil society organizations, where it's not just the DBE talking about what we're doing, but not getting the kind of feedback that we need. But I want to say a massive, massive thank you to not only yourselves, but to the entire NECT, the work that has gone into putting this together. And also thank you to our partners in the forum for showing up and really listening and taking in a lot of what has been said. And thank you for continuously walking this journey with us. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Minister. Thanks, I appreciate it. So we commit to just making sure that all the presentations are circulated to all the people who RSVP, because there were a lot more than the almost 580 people who attended, who had indicated the interest in joining this forum. From there.
Hugely encouraged, I think, by the opening remarks of the Minister about this becoming a regular feature. Certainly, we will continue to work with the Ministry and Department in identifying those things that need to be discussed. We'll do it with civil society. And from our side, Chair, it's really been a pleasure hosting this particular event. Thank you to you for your role. Thank you to all those who have presented from the side of the department and from civil society. And I can only say, Chair, we really look forward to the next opportunity to convene the Civil Society Forum. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Duncan. Thanks very much, Minister, DG, senior officials from the department, or the presenters. The meeting is adjourned. So we'll circulate, the presentations, and we'll certainly working with the ministry or the minister, the department, make sure that we schedule a follow-up session as Minister indicated. Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you to the Chair.